Hi everyone, it's Melissa, and today we are shipping eBay items, which I pulled on this wicker tray that I can't remember where I got, probably Goodwill. Maybe came with the house. And some website orders, 2 website orders, and we're gonna start with a Patreon order, which Patreon is paused. However, I learned this week that if somebody signs up, even though I have it paused indefinitely right now, they can still get the packet they sign up for. Like, it bills them immediately, even though I have it paused. So I have to work that out, but it's no big deal. Cynthia signed up for the $18 level, which is 25 sheets of tissue paper and a few extra little freebies. So I pulled a ton of tissue paper. Now, I know nothing about Cynthia other than her address, so I'm going to go to Pirate Ship and put the address in. And I also have her email address, which gives me almost no information other than she's in Arizona. So, we know that. Now, I don't have any cacti. I think I'm going to give her, I really am digging this bird print that I keep going back to. It's got musical notes, it's got the flowers, it's tropical, but still holiday, but still bird. Could read anything. So we're gonna do that. We will give her a, this feels bulky. Nope, 5. Shouldn't doubt my husband. This does have a little bit of a gold shimmer outline, and it is neon, and almost no other paper is neon in the Jilson Roberts line. So we need to do 5 different. This is bulky. We are going to do the classic, I think this is aqua or mint marble. This feels like 10. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is. And I know that because this was one of the first papers I had ever ordered. Maybe the second. It was in like the top 5 or 10 I ever ordered, and we used to fold the tissue paper in 10s. So she'll get 5 of those. Now we've done 2 florals. Let's go with a fruit. This one has like a matte shimmer background, a silver background with some bold pineapples. Very pretty. And then we can go more floral, banana, or I really liked this one. It could be used obviously for any clothing, but for men's clothing. However, I didn't have a huge following of this paper. A lot of people didn't like this paper, so I'm gonna give 3 sheets of this paper. And I don't know why. I love the colors. The feel, it's Jilson Roberts. They're all Jilson Roberts. I don't know. And then we will do, let's do I have 2 of them here? I have 2 of the banana paper. So, oh, huh. And I wrote 2 to myself. It's good tissue paper, it won't rip. Okay, so that's 25 sheets there. We'll save all the rest of this for me or a later offer, a later sale. I am going to give her a few poly mailers. Let's give her 2 of the ice cream cone. And let's give her 2 taco. I love the taco. Plus, if there's a package lost in the mail and you tell your mail carrier and you're like, it has tacos on it. I mean, how many people are using taco mailers? Let's do 1 blue butterfly. And I just got some more winter in, like just yesterday. I had to see what time it is. So we'll go mittens. And let's do a bold Christmas tree. There's no real Christmas paper there. But that one floral tropical bird music note will work. Okay, so there's that. We'll also give her some stickers. Let's do some red and black. And just some some silver. And let's give some thank you with a gold sparkle. It says, thank you for supporting my small business. And these have like a little bit of a sheen to them. Okay. Now she paid $18. I think Patreon charges sales tax depending on where you live. But again, I have Patreon closed. So if you are interested in any kind of packaging, you can email me. My email is always in the description below. I'm gonna put these in a little bag, little stickers in a little bag. And I'm happy to sell whatever I have. I don't make a ton of money on the packaging, but it allows me to buy more fun packaging. Imagine that. Let's also give her like 2 of these large bags. I feel like almost everybody could use those. Got a call today from the Mayo Clinic for my husband. Oh, we've been waiting since September 1st and it is September 26th. So we had to, he's been to 4 hospitals in the last 3 or 4 years. So 1 or 2 of the hospitals, we had to actually go in. You could print out the paper online, but then you had to go in and drop it off or fax it to release his medical paperwork. So I had to drag him out to a very busy hospital, like an hour away. Parking was horrendous. Bring him into the hospital, into the medical records, or get a fax machine, which my sister then told me, I don't know why I didn't Google this. I didn't Google it. I'm gonna give her a sticker too. Let's do this sticker. Thrift more, worry less. We'll slide that in. My sister said, you know, there's like, you could just Google, there's an app for that. Of course there is. Ah, me. I'll also give her, I'm looking around now. Let's give her more things. We'll give her an eye mask and then a few of the cards. I want to make sure she gets a few You Are Enough cards. Winter card, another winter card, different card. I'm gonna give her one of those, like just 5 or 6 little cards. There we go. Okay, now we're good. So of course there's an app that I could have faxed it to the hospital, but I had to drag him there. Thankfully, the one in Tampa I could do online because Tampa's like an hour and a half away, and that would have just not been my favorite. So we had to go to different hospitals, different doctors. We had to go to imaging centers, and some places were able to power share, like share through the computer with the Mayo Clinic. Some people had to send CDs. Like every place had its own, moves the garbage, had its own little set of requirements to get medical records, but Mayo got them. They looked over them. They are taking him on as a pancreas patient. I forget exactly what they call it. So we will be there in October for 2 days, but 4 days because of the driving time. So this is 14 ounces. I use Pirate Ship to print packages that are off of eBay, sometimes that are on eBay. We'll go 14 ounces. And her $18 covers the cost of shipping. So shipping should be about $5. Nope, shipping is $6.78. I am curious. I'm going to do a test here and change this. I have to put back in her shipping address because I hit the back button instead of hitting the update button, which was dumb of me. Okay. I want to see if 13 ounces is different than 14 ounces. I feel like that's the border. It isn't. What is the border? Because I could make this slightly different. Like, is it 12 ounces? Is it 10 ounces? Let's see. 12 by, well, it's probably 12 by 8. Okay, so let's try 12 ounces. There's gotta be I know somebody out there is going, it's 10 ounces, but I haven't done this in so long. It is. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to get this package to 12 ounces because we were at like 13 point something. And I think we should be able to do that just by removing those bags, because that would save us like $1.50. That's 12.2, 12.6. I'm assuming 13.1. Okay, so we can do this. I want to get her one of the bags. So I'm going to take out one of the business cards. And make sure all the air is out of it. And then we will put a sticker back on it. Okay. We are good. Okay. That's what I figured. And since I think I paid 3 cents for these. I bought those years and years ago. I think I bought a lot of them, over 1,000 of them, because they were so cheap. And I still have a few hundred left, I'm assuming. Okay. So my cost was $5.33 just by taking out that bag. Cynthia, I like you, but I don't like you $1.50 per bag like you. I'm sure she'll understand. Okay, print. And we are going to change to my Dymo 4XL, which is my 4x6. And we're going to go to Properties, Advanced, and 4x6. Okay, and print. And that will be our first item of the day. I'm going to copy that tracking and email it to her. I recognize Cynthia. Cynthia, you've purchased from me in the past. I'm 99% sure I recognize you. Thank you so much, Cynthia. Here is your tracking. Okay, next item was from my website, and it's going to Nancy. Hi, Nancy. I definitely know Nancy. She wants 100 mixed inspirational business cards. Oh, she wants 300. Very good. I should probably put this on before I lose it. And we'll put a little sticker on. Just a tiny bit of weight. There we go. Thank you, Cynthia. Okay, so she wants, I pulled a bunch of cards, but I don't know that I pulled 300. She wants some of the Japanese proverb cards, which I have a lot of these. I don't know that I'm going to make you sit here while I count by 5, but maybe I will. So we'll do, how many do we think she could use? That's 25. Now, because I know that's 25 and these are the identical cards, we'll be able to bear taught me this. There we go. So that's 50. Let's do some penguins next. Now, because we gave her a bunch of the winter ones, I don't want to give her too many penguins. So maybe like 10. 5 and 10. Have any more of those? Probably have to go up and pull more. Okay, well that's 14 and 15. Okay. So that is 50. You know what? I'm gonna pause and figure this out because I'm just counting, and I will be back. Lost my shoe, found my shoe, got a drink, and we counted 300. So I'm not gonna go over the exact count, but she got a bit of everything. The day you plant the seed is not the Dare you eat the fruit? A bunch of the Japanese proverb ones, since she specifically asked for that. One kind word can warm 3 winter months. It's embossed, so it has a really nice feel. They all have something special. The classic, you are enough with the gold. Stay close to people who feel like sunshine. There's more than this, but those have a nice gold foil too. The craft card, which is the word I couldn't think of the other day, craft. These have a bunch of little mini sayings, like your voice matters, you are enough, you can totally do this, you have done enough to be loved. I loved this saying so much I put it on 2 cards. We have a few of the penguin. Since this is more of a winter card and she specifically asked for the other ones, I didn't want to send too many winter cards. Just a few of these. This is the other one that says you have done enough to be loved. I wanted these in foil and they aren't exactly as foily as I would have liked. Okay, those go over there. We have the square ones that I love these. I threw in a few extra because the points tend to dent a little bit. All the points are perfect right now though. Let your beautiful soul explode with happiness. This has a really glossy sheen to it. Penguins. More of the you are enough. The reversible fox ones that say you are enough on the back with the fox. And then if it costs you your mental health, can you see this? There we go. Oh, you see the gold right there. It is too expensive. Then just a few of these. Not everybody liked these, so I just added them in as a bonus. Dance like no one is watching because they are not. They're on their phones. Just a silly one. Teens tend to like those, or so my niece told me years ago. Stay close to people who feel like sunshine. Did I already show you those? I think I already showed you those. So those are all of them. I don't think they'll all fit in one bag, but that's okay, because we have more than one bag. I should. Oh yeah, I can fit more than that. Just stack a whole bunch together. Oh, this is going to fit a whole lot more than I thought. Only going to need 2 bags. Will they fit? I don't think I'm going to chance it. Let's sticker this. There we go. Look how nice that looks. And then for the rest of them, I think they'll fit in this little heart bag, because this is a heart. Not a heart, this is a square. Okay, so there we are. Now these are pretty heavy. I'm guessing these are going to have to go priority mail, but let's see. Yeah, it's over a pound for sure. So I'm going to put them in the plastic bag that Cynthia didn't get and add a few little things. You know what? I just bought these for me. They are like a spa mask. You rip them open and I think you just tear them open and they heat up, but like a perfect temperature, not too hot. And you can put them behind your ears. They're really nice. They are more expensive, but I love them. So Nancy's gonna get one. And let's do some aqua thank you stickers. Trying to think what else is happening. Past Mayo, the doctor for Bear's ligament syndrome, one of his doctors who didn't take him on as a patient accidentally kind of got sent. And when I say accidentally, we put him down thinking he was going to take his case. we put him down on the hospital list to receive the CT, and then he didn't think he could help, but he received the CT anyway because we put it on the hospital list. Where is Nancy? I should know this. Is it Ohio? Nancy, are you in Ohio? You are. Okay, so I think we are going to send this definitely through pirate ship. In fact, if I just type Nancy, I bet you she's there. She is. Is this the correct address? Yes, it is. Okay, so I am 99% positive the padded flat rate. I'm going to do padded flat rate is $8.30. Would be cheaper than just a poly mailer. Well, you know what? Since I am sending a padded flat rate, I can give her a few of these custom postcards. Give her a few extras. So the doctor who got it caught what's called MALS. I think I've said this before. It's a ligament syndrome. So he referred us to a doctor in Tampa who doesn't take new patients, but referred us to another doctor in Tampa. So we go to Mayo October 15th, 16th, 17th. Bear plays the 18th and 19th, which we're going to have to do something about. We always have a backup, another person who does retirement communities, who is always glad to take, not always glad, she's glad for the work. So we'll call her up because this new doctor in Tampa wants to see him on the 19th. So that whole week is just going to be very busy, which is good. I wish it was a little sooner, but that's the soonest we could do. I didn't realize Mayo was going to need 3 days. Okay. And this isn't for surgery. This is just to test him as much as possible and come up with a plan. Come on. Oh no. Oh, there we go. I thought that stuck for a second. I didn't want to have to turn everything off. Okay, properties, advanced 4x6. And then we will get into my eBay items. Thank you, Nancy. So that was $300 and a few extras. And I think she paid about $50, $51. I could probably tell you what she paid. She paid $51 shipped. Okay, eBay items. So today is Tuesday. I would not have guessed Tuesday, probably in the top 3 guesses, to be honest. Though I did take the trash out last night by myself. It's like right there. Bear usually does it, but he wasn't feeling very well. Okay. Now that I've made this a mess, this sterling silver and real stone bracelet is headed to Tanya. Hi, Tanya. It is marked. It would fit on me, I'm afraid. I wouldn't be able to get it off by myself. It is a really pretty, did I figure out what kind of beads these were? Orange teal. That's clearly, they're real stone beads. And I was having a sale. She said she's been eyeing this bracelet for a while and decided to treat herself, as you should. Thank you, Tanya. And treat me by doing so. When I received the coupon, I sent out a 25% off coupon. I do use coupons. I do occasionally run a promo across the board. I almost never do a promoted listing by itself because eBay says if you give us more money, if you give us 8%, if you give us whatever it is, you'll get 25% more clicks. And they use that specific word. eBay is very smart. So if it brought 25% more sales, they would have said that, but they did not say that. Their advertising says, by giving us this much more money and promoting your item, the specific item, not like a full coupon where across the board, but like, if you pay us more for this one item we're going to promote, you'll get 25% more clicks. And that tells me you will not get 25% more sales because eBay would have said 25% more sales. So I usually don't promote my items. But this was a 25% off coupon. It says it right here. I hope your move continues to go well. Thank you. And Bear is feeling better every day. She's going to be ordering some of the cards. And then she tells me some private stuff that I won't share with the group. We are going to give her a postcard. Let's give her one of those. And now that I have all of these cards, let's pick out one of the "You are enough," the Japanese proverb, and "You have done enough to be loved," which is very true, Tanya. You have absolutely done enough to be loved. I'm speaking to you. Okay, let's get an aqua box, and these have like little bows built in. These are stinking adorable. And foam. Big stretch. I bought those off of Amazon. I think I bought those off of Amazon. Pretty sure I bought this off of Amazon. And they weren't a bad price. Sometimes boxes are really pricey. Like those aqua ones that I use, those thick 3x3x2, I think are the thicker ones for cuffs. Are almost $1 a box at this point. I was like, oh, yikes, that's not how much I paid for them. Okay, are these them? These are them. 32 pieces. Nope, that's the small one. 48 pieces for $18.99. I did not think that was that bad. That's definitely less than 50 cents, and they have the little bow built in, which we're gonna bow it anyway, so, but still, it's really cute. I ordered a lot of them. I ordered a lot of boxes. I go through boxes a good bit. Anyway, I was very taken with my box. Okay. So Tanya lives in Ohio. And where did I put my tissue paper? Oh, here we go. On my printer. Let's do, I haven't used this floral in a while, and I don't know why. It's more of like a dark based floral, which gives me more of an autumn vibe. More sophisticated, maybe. Is autumn more sophisticated than summer? I think it is. A lot more sweaters. Sweaters seem sophisticated. Like flip-flops, shorts, swimming suits don't seem sophisticated, but those sweaters and clogs. I don't own clogs, and I own maybe a couple sweaters. The other day I had a weird chill in the air. It was like 75 outside. It was pouring. And I broke out my down jacket. They was like, what are you doing? He's like, you know, you could just turn the air condition. I'm like, no, we're not turning the air condition off, because sure enough, I was sweating in like 5 seconds. Okay. I think I have hot pink. Yeah, let's go with a hot pink ribbon. Brighten that up, make it a little less sophisticated. So now that I have the Mayo scheduled and the doctor up north scheduled, up north, Tampa is north, and Jacksonville is probably a 4-hour ride, so we'll have to get a hotel. They're sending us all the information for at least 3 nights, I think. Here you go, Tanya. Screenshot. I always struggle with screenshots. We'll give you an ice cream one to match the pink ribbon. And they have a shuttle, which will be nice because I've looked at pictures of the Mayo Clinic, and I will most likely be doing the driving because Bear will need some kind of relaxer, like a Xanax or something, so he doesn't faint from all of the injections and the blood. He's got a really bad vasovagal, and as somebody who has had to catch him after he's fainted or while he's fainting, we have found that Xanax helps. And neither one of us will drive with Xanax unless it's a real emergency, which has never happened. I'm allowed to, I would rather not. My anxiety meds don't tell me to drive because I have anxiety. Okay, and print. We're going to be using the 450. At some point I should go back to one printer, but today is not that day, and that is okay. Today doesn't need to be that day. We are doing something productive. We are keeping ourselves alive. We are drinking. I brushed my hair. All positive things. Okay, next up are 2 pins. I loved this pin so much. Do I have a pair of glasses? Bear should have a pair of glasses here. Here we go. Okay, so it is a brooch, a pin, and it's fairly kind of large, and you can kind of orient it the way you would want to, but look what you could do with it. There's a little loop. I love this. I wear glasses to see far away, so I don't really need this around the house because I can mostly see around the house. But if I had reading glasses, I would want them on me at all times, like all of the pairs of glasses, because I see Bear set them down, but like, so convenient. So I advertised it like that. I have no idea if that was what it was supposed to be, but I called it a vintage golden 3-inch eyeglasses loop flower pin brooch, gold medal, mid-century modern. Will this fit in here? Ooh. It will, but I don't love that. So we're going to use one of those, and then a bar. And this one, you can't put glasses on, but it is really pretty. It has 3 flowers. Do the thing. Look how big my hands are. And will this one fit in the box? This one will fit in the box. So we'll put one of them in the box and one of them in the bag. And she paid, I'm assuming she used the coupon. When I want to have more sales or do a video, I almost always want to do a video. It's just, will I feel well enough to do a video? Which today is a little shaky. It's 4:30, so that tells you. I've been up since like 8 on and off. So this was $15, but then she used a coupon. And that one was probably about $6.99. Brooches don't bring a ton. $4.99. Okay. I don't think we're going to need that much film. This one has rhinestones, so I want to make sure those rhinestones don't go anywhere. There we go. And we will use some bubble wrap for the other one. Still from that giant package. Oh, and I moved my last shipping video. I had one of the Hager pieces, and it's a woman and a man who are unclothed. So I turned it around, but then you saw the back side of them. So I moved that over there. So I'm hoping you don't, yeah, I think we're okay. I was like, oh yikes, like the entire time right behind my head there were the back side of naked people. So just in case you caught that, I also caught that. Let's do one of this. The house changes pretty much week to week as I'm feeling well. I'm sure as eventually we will go thrifting again. We haven't thrifted for eBay at this house. We did go to a Habitat for Humanity where I bought this desk, actually. But that's been maybe 2 months ago. But past that, we haven't been thrifting, like back to the bins. We haven't done that because it's so much work. And I still have a few bins that need listed. This was way too much ribbon. Mostly clothes. I need to come up with a blank wall. Maybe over there. To put some clothing and my mannequin on. We will use the tie paper because I like it. I used to hang up a sheet and then just white curtains, so I could probably do that right in that alcove. Would be perfect. I could also do it in the lanai, which has gorgeous light. We actually have the inspector coming tomorrow for our new windows. They still have stickers on them. The neighbors, thankfully, aren't here year-round because they have giant stickers on all of the windows, which are bugging me, but I'm sure I'm the only one being bugged by them. So they will be here. They can't give you a time, so it's just any time between 8 and 4 or 8 and 5, which... not my favorite. As somebody who doesn't feel well on a very regular basis, they should at least call before they show up. I was like, can I just leave the door open because it's our back lanai with like nothing in it almost. So she is going to get the craft card that you have done enough to be loved and the you are enough card. We'll put them here. And then an eye mask. Did I put an eye mask in the last one? I don't think I put an eye mask in the last one. Somebody needs to remind me. It's okay. I can slide it this way. And then slide it. And if I did, she now has 2 eye masks, which it's not the end of the world. Okay. If you ever get a package without part of your package, please tell me. Okay. And where did I put the poppy mailers? Here we go. Where we'll use a taco because today is Tuesday and I totally knew that. So he could just go in the lanai and not come in the house because we have a lot of doors in our house and the lanai doesn't really open up to our house unless we unlock doors. But no, nope, can't do that. Just have to be awake. Okay, I already refunded her the shipping, the extra shipping, and this is going to weigh 3.1, so we will round up to 4. And this is going to Jay, hi Jay, in California. And my cost is $4.13 for shipping. It's looking slightly overcast. We did have one very slight hurricane scare at the beginning of September. In fact, it was so slight, we always have emergency bags packed, and that is a privilege that I do not take for granted. We are very privileged to have a car that usually has a full tank of gas, and we are privileged to have an emergency bag with extras of a lot of our items. And I don't say that because everybody should have one. Everybody should have a lot of things they don't have, so I don't take that for granted. But we did have emergency bags packed and extra waters and all of the extra things. And then I don't know what happened to it. We didn't get it. We probably got rain, but like a week after, my brother-in-law, my sister's husband, was like, how's the hurricane? And I'm like, what hurricane? He's like, the hurricane you guys were supposed to get like a week and a half ago. I was like, Oh, I thought he meant like a new hurricane. But no, we didn't get it. And that's been the only scare of the year here in Manatee County. I know there's been hurricanes up and down the coast. Okay. Cynthia bought something, but she is out of town. Nope, different Cynthia. Nope, we've got 4 Cynthias. Okay, I didn't pull this because I assumed, wrongly, that this Cynthia was the only Cynthia, so I'll have to pull that eventually. Okay, Lacey is next. She got a Marc Jacobs necklace, which is a wishbone. I've had this for a long time. I really thought this would sell much sooner. I guess it's more of like a Thanksgiving thing, but I think wishbones are year-round. But that would be fun to wear for the holiday. Okay, so $27 is what I had it priced at. She used the 25% off. And Lacey lives in, let's guess, Minnesota. She lives in California. Boxes. This lovely blue box. Let's get some foam. My mom and Roger are on the way to the eBay, I almost said the US Open. The eBay Open. eBay Open. Is that? Yes, I think that's it. So she texted me from the car. Which I did not know was happening. Too much going on without trying to think of the eBay Open. Let's do the pineapples. So she paid $4.99 for shipping. I upped my shipping costs on a few of the items because sometimes they're closer to $4 than the $3 mark at this point. Most of them. I haven't yet checked the Jilson Roberts Christmas catalog. I keep thinking I want to film my reaction, but my reaction is going to be, oh, I love that. That's going to be my reaction. So pretend I do that. I don't know if it'll actually happen. I have Christmas papers. Obviously, you've seen some. I have one more on the way that I had to order. Which one did I order the other day? Oh, it's a Santa, I think. I didn't have any specifically Santa, and I had Santa. Oh no, oh yay! I'm so glad I ordered this one. My mom ordered some papers too, so if you order from my mom, you might get paper. I ordered the gold, what are we calling this? Cactus. We're just calling it cactus? It is a gold shimmer background with a whole bunch of different cacti and succulents that are like wearing Santa hats and like have festive ornaments and stars. They're so cute. And it was on sale. It's now $68. I did not pay that because maybe I did pay that. Did I pay that? I did pay that, $68. Good for me. Usually they used to go on sale for half off years ago. Like, they're usually about $75, but they would go on sale for like $35 to $37. And then, no, they stopped doing that. They didn't have to. I understand. Okay. But sometimes you can still get them for about $55 to $60. Forgot where I was there for a second. Okay, some cards and a sheet mask. And we will do, let's do mittens. Pineapples and mittens. By the time she gets this, it'll be October. Probably not mitten season in California, but Probably not where she is in California. Maybe up north. 1.8, that is a very light package. So 2, we round up. Ship your order. eBay has like a little for your information I. Doesn't say what the I stands for. Recharging. They forgot the apostrophe. It's supposed to be where. Yes, where. That's what it's supposed to be. eBay, let's do a little better with the grammar. We're changing how you are charged for UPS label fees over the upcoming weeks. We will start charging label fees for these services to your funds at the time of the label purchase instead of or after the package has been delivered. Were they doing that? I don't know. I don't use UPS maybe once or twice a year for very large items, but at this point I would rather make $10. I make a little bit more than that per item and make it easy on myself. Shipping glassware and large items is just a little too hard on me right now. Maybe once Bear feels a little better and we have everything unpacked, which still hasn't happened, but we'll get there. Put a sticker on it. Thank you, Lacey. Okay, so I didn't pull that one. I did pull this one, which is another Cynthia. That can't possibly be a 5th Cynthia, you guys. Okay, it is the Cynthia that's out of town. Okay. How am I gonna do this? Because this already weighs something. But I do wanna show me, I wonder if it's too late to cancel this. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Okay. So, Cynthia had ordered 2 items, which I packaged, and then a 3rd item, and I still had the bag because she asked me to hold it because she was out of town. So now she has this, I think this is handmade. It's really pretty. It's a brooch, and she is a big cross stitcher, she says. So you could obviously wear it as a brooch, but then I photographed it with, I picked up a whole bunch of these like thin cords. You could absolutely string it through. It has one of these little necklace things on the back and wear it. So I only photographed it with the pink, but I have a ton of these. Come over there. Okay, so I think I'm going to give her the green because the green looks nice. The red even looks really nice, and then just a solid black and white. Let's put this in a bag. So I can cancel the label that's on this package within a certain amount of days. I don't know that we're within that certain amount of days, but we will find out. If I can't, I have a plan B. The foam and the plastic is like the bus seat when I wear shorts. It kind of sticks to the vinyl. Okay, then we will just loop those in. Good. Put a little fold and a sticker. I am so curious to see, when you're on the shipping page to the left, it says shipping labels. Now, I printed this days ago because eBay told me I had to. Okay. So, can I cancel it? I shipped it on the 20th. I printed it. Did I print it on the 20th? I did. I printed it on the 20th, but it does say I can void it because I didn't put it in the mail. So let's void this label. Hopefully it allows me to. It's too late. I know it's too late. So when I printed it heavier than Can I tell what I printed it at? I know I printed it heavier because I knew she was going to order another piece. So I think I added 2 ounces to it. Can I tell though? How would I tell what weight I put in? If I remember, I think it was 6 ounces and I put 8 ounces, I think. Okay, it's 3.5 and 4.6. I'm 99% positive I added weight to it. So what I'm going to do, you can tell I've already cut it open once because she had ordered 1 more item. I'm going to cut it open again. And she asked me to hold it because she was out of town. And now we are going to tape it. And now, if for some reason, let's say I did put 4 and now it's slightly over 4, I should get charged for it. If Cynthia gets charged for it, I'll let her know what I'm doing here. If she were to get charged for it, I'll just pay the extra. I know Cynthia pretty well. Because that's the only thing I could think to do. If you had another idea, please let me know. Because if I were to just ship it by itself, it would have been like, you know what, she gets back, what is today, Wednesday? It would be, yeah, if I send this tomorrow, she'll be back. She just didn't want it sitting in the mailbox. Okay. Those were the 2 options I had a thought of to void the label, which it was 6 days past when I printed it. Now I told eBay I wasn't going to ship it then. I picked like 4 days past that, but I don't really know what I could have done. She paid $8 for that piece. I sent her an offer, and so I'm going to send her a refund of the shipping. So she paid $3.99 for the shipping, and I'm going to send a refund. And normally I keep a little bit back, like 50 cents or whatever, but she already paid shipping for the first, and then I kept like 50 cents on each piece. So that's her 4th piece. So I'm just going to refund her $3.99. So I couldn't have avoided the label. Adding it in there, like I said, I'm pretty sure I rounded up. Now, if she were to buy more, I'd probably have to call eBay. I'm sorry, eBay, you're usually not that helpful when I call you, though. So, let's do 1 more. And then I need to go check on Bear and give my throat a little bit of a break. This was such a cool piece. Okay, earrings first. Robin, with a Y, you have really good, oh, and she's a repeat buy. Hi, Robin. You have really good taste. Like, I loved both of these. I love most of what I list, to be honest. I'm very taken with jewelry, probably because I don't wear it. These earrings need backs. They don't need backs, they're hooks. Maybe I'll do a silicone. Yeah, that'll work really nicely. I like the silicone backs for hooks. That way it doesn't wiggle against your ear and you can really, really get a tight fit. I don't know that these are going to come off as pretty as they are. They're a really shiny, not bright gold though, with faux pearls and then black beads. They're really pretty. And they have like a nice weight to them. And a good size too. Like, they're not too big where they would be in your way all day, I think. But look how fancy I look. Fancy me. See, good size. And then the other piece she bought, this just came unclipped, which it just needs to clip back in, is a J. Crew. Were those? I called those pierced earrings dangle costume gold faux pearl black hook nice nice. Like somebody's using nice. I just needed to use up words. Costume Bold. These were $35, but again, I probably offered her whatever it was, 25% off. And then this was a really rare J. Crew piece. Did I put the year? 2013. So this piece is 10 years old. It's cool. And my photo was really good. Go me. Okay. This just hooks back in here. I know because I unhooked it and then hooked it because I thought they were removable, which I think they might be. There we go. Okay. Nope, I did it on the wrong side. Pretend I did it on the right side. There we go. Okay, so this goes this way. I really thought this is such a pretty piece. It reminds me of the 1920s. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it is like a heavy brass, and it's made by J. Crew, but Lulu Frost was the like co-designer. The red enamel circles, and then there's like a pear-shaped pave around the red circles that hold them into place, and then the center is full of baguettes and circles with this really translucent, gorgeous, almost mint aqua. It reminds me of the sea. It's so pretty. And then the brass has like a double, it's got some nice weight to it, a double chain. I don't know if you'll be able to see how pretty that green is. It's like a mermaid eye or something. It's so pretty. So pretty. Okay. Maybe I should pause now and go check on Bear and then straighten up a little bit because I need more boxes. I don't know why I only pulled, I have this tiny little box, which is not going to fit anything. And then the rest of my boxes are back there. So that's what I will do. I will be back, perhaps on a different shirt, because I'm getting very warm in this one. Hello. This is a second half of this video. It is October 10th, and I have more things to ship. I have shipped in between the last video where I just don't know where that ends. I never know where my life is just going to end with shipping. So if I left you hanging there, I'm sorry. We are back. We have, I think, 13 eBay orders. We'll see how many we get through tonight. But first we are starting with a website order that I've previously put together. It is poly mailers, 120, and 100 business cards. You know, my business cards are inspirational cards. So this person wanted a bunch of different poly mailers. I promised at least 8 prints, and she's got way more than that. So these are just some of the prints you might see me use. It helps me get rid of the overstock and continue to order fun new prints. And then I threw in a few extras, of course, some Christmas items, some twine, some stickers, and some gift wrap. And this is headed to Tanya in Ohio, who's ordered for me before. Hi, Tanya. Okay, and I'm hoping to get this in a padded mailer, except usually when I do that, I try to package it the other way. I'm going to cut the smallest of holes. So hopefully not do that. My hole wasn't big enough though. I was hoping not to pop the top, and that way we can slide out all the air, and then I'll just put a piece of tape at the bottom. Okay. I usually try to fit things this way, and I don't know why I did it, but that's the way I did it. If this doesn't fit, we will just send it in a poly mailer. I think it'll fit though. I really do. There's no tissue paper in here, so not too many things can get wrinkled. There we go. Good. Still, I'm going to cut another little hole. Shouldn't have taped over the first one. It's a little quick there. And just tape back over that. Fits great. First chance. Closer and get my eBay tape just to reinforce this. And tomorrow is Wednesday. She'll have this week, which is great. Monday was a holiday, and then I did ship early today, but I didn't film it. is early. Okay, so it doesn't matter what this weighs as long as it doesn't weigh 71 pounds. So I'm going to go to Pirate Ship. I already have, did I say Tanya? It is Tanya in Ohio. Pick padded flat rate and get my rates. And this is gonna ship to my small printer, which is good because I changed my ink cartridges. I like hacked my ink cartridges because I'm not paying $500 for toner. And I think they're working, but I haven't tried them out yet. So I want to make sure to ship to that printer, and it is $8.30. Move these around so I can get to both printers. There we go. And print. And print. It's a nice thing about having multi-printers. Okay, change my printer. I'm using the 4XL right now. Or I would be. Somebody loaded it incorrectly, so yeah. So those are garbage, but this one is a good one. Put a little thank you sticker on there. Thank you, Tanya. Okay, let's go back to eBay. We have a few people that purchased many orders. We purchased many things, and I've already refunded them with shipping. I can do that easiest from my phone. So when somebody buys something from me, I have that to pay immediately. I can go in and take that off, of course, but that's just my default. I like when people pay immediately. I pulled all of the items, and then I pulled again just now. So we have we've got rings, earrings, bracelets, necklace, and a pin. And then some non-jewelry items we'll see if we work on. Okay, so the first person is Sandra, and she ordered a few items. She ordered a red ring. Here it is. It is, what did I call this? Ruby red, which is the color. Ring oval rhinestone border. Has some rub wear, I noted. Which it does, but it's very pretty. Hopefully you'll be able to see that. It sits up. It's got quite the presence. It's a size 10. She ordered that for $4. She is a repeat buyer, and she came back and ordered this lot of gold tone bangles. Costume jewelry, but they look really pretty when you stack them. I'm going to put those in a bag for her. We'll see what we do for her. And then she paid $15 for those, and a pair of earrings I didn't even realize were listed, but they were. And I offered her $2.50 for these. They are tiny little filigree with tassels. And again, I combined the shipping, so she didn't pay much, maybe $5 to $6 for everything here for shipping. Just want to make sure that's all for her. It is. Okay, so we have some fun packaging. I'm using Halloween packaging, so I think I'll probably go with a lot of the celestial print. It's purple with golds and teals and blacks. It's got eyes and hearts and kind of a wheat I don't know, Celestial. I also have black and white, classic. And then for poly mailers, we have skulls. And if I go black and white, I could do a mix and match. I can either go fall or butterflies. I think I have some more. I do. Black and white polka dots. And I have, if you don't like snakes, look away. Like apothecary jars and witch hands and kind of that type of thing. So it'll be fun to use the Halloween stuff. I haven't used it yet this season. We'll set that there. And then I have twine. I think I'm gonna go for some twine just on everybody's package. And let's get some extras. Some business cards, some sheet masks. We are headed off to Mayo next week, the Mayo Clinic. We won't be there for long, but I have a huge amount of steam eye masks and pens to give away just as thank yous. I don't know who all will be coming in contact with, but there's probably 8 to 10 different tests and nurses and doctors and blood work and stuff. So I figure I might as well have them. Probably have more than that. Okay, so let's do her ring first. I got these tiny little ring boxes off of Amazon, and they actually have where you can stick the ring. And I picked some black ones for the spooky season. So that's nice. She's just gonna need a teeny piece, tiny little nothing piece here to pad this. And that's all it'll take. And I'm just gonna wrap the rest of the padding around the packaging. Great. Let's box everything before we use the wrap. Okay. Now the filigree earrings, they would probably fit in one of these boxes, but I don't want to bend, I don't want to bend the tassels. So I'm going to go up a box. She'll get, you know what? She doesn't realize it's spooky season. So we'll give her one non-spooky box, just in case black is not her favorite color. And I do have some backs on these, extra backs even. There we go. Little hot glue, and we'll do the same and put foam inside and then wrap the box with some foam. Our pool is closed today, the big drama here. And so this community has our community and our community's sister communities like off in the distance, but we could go there if we wanted. Both of us have different security, but our security, we're fine to go in either place. So I don't think we will use their pool since it's already 8:45, but I did sleep a lot today, so I don't really feel like it's 8:45. But I still think it'll probably be too cold. We've never been to the other pool. I think usually they want you to use your pool and the other place, the other pool. Our pool is the better pool, I think. We've driven around. Okay, so. Oh, I jumped a gun. I was supposed to wrap these next. Okay, let's go in order. I was so excited for the tissue paper. I distracted myself. Okay, let's put these in a little bubble bag and keep them all together. And now, since these are so bulky, I bought these boxes off of Amazon. Not too much money. You do have to make them yourselves. But if you fold every single line before you get started and you have stickers, it makes it easier. So let's get some stickers. We'll do the red and white buffalo check. has the marks where you just like put the tabs, but then the tabs sometimes fall out during shipping, so I like to put a sticker through each tab. Come on. Okay, so that one is ready. We'll sticker that. And sticker that. I think this will fit in here. Perfect. Put a tiny little sticker across the top. It's like a little peekaboo, but it's pretty secure in there. Okay, now, fun tissue paper. The best time. I'm going to use, what color stickers? Maybe silver. Let's go silver stickers. They have a metallic that will match the tissue paper. Tomorrow I get to go to the gynecologist, and I'm not loving going to the gynecologist, but I understand that it's a privilege. So this is a new one because we moved, and one of my neighbor friends suggested her, and she was so easy to get in, and I'm so glad, because we've been trying to get me into the gynecologist for months, and there was a hurricane, but not really, and then they canceled me. I don't know what happened. I tried 3 times, and months and months and months were going on, and so this one had an opening and can take me, and got the referral immediately and was great. So very much looking forward to it being over, but meeting my new gynecologist. She comes highly recommended. Okay, you have done enough to be loved, and the reversible, if it costs you your mental health, it is too expensive, with the fox that says you are enough on the back. This one will get the 2. These boxes are pretty tiny, and this tissue paper is very big, so we are going to cut some of this down. I ordered this paper last year because you never know year to year if they're going to keep the papers in stock, and I liked it a good bit, and I think this is about all I have left, these 5 or 10 sheets, which means next autumn I will get to order new tissue paper. Very fun. Or fall paper, or foxes, or some kind of, I don't know, some kind of autumns. Hopefully they have some leaves or something different. Good. Twine. The twine isn't the most fun, plus I don't love the texture of it. It adds visual interest, as they say, but I don't like the feel of it myself. I would not want to be wearing twine. Ooh, it's very scratchy. But it does look nice with the spookiness. Okay, we will give business card for that. And then this tiny little box. It's not too much bigger than my stickers. Lots of folding here. Okay, you stay there. Just one sticker on top here. Good. It even looks so big. That's so funny. And last one in this order. And Sandra, where do you live? Let's hit print shipping label. I already refunded her. Like I said, it's kind of easy on either phone or desktop. But I would rather do that than have them have my customers request an invoice and just have not paid items. And most people are fine with it. She is in California. Okay, she already has, because she has some more items, we'll give her some more cards. Did I not bring any of my classic ones? Oh, maybe we'll go with the winter one. Okay, you've seen these. The Japanese proverb one. We'll do it's let your beautiful soul explode with happiness and dance like nobody is watching. Those won't fit, obviously, so we'll just include them in the bag. Grab one of the bags with the snakes. That way we can get it out of the way early, and I'll put those away. So there will be no more mention of the S word. This is a pretty heavy package. I'm gonna say 7 ounces. Let's see. 7.9, so 8 ounces rounded up. And let's change this to USPS, because for some reason it was giving me $10, which cannot be correct. I need a printable. What's happening here? Okay, USPS rates, we're changing FedEx, good, carrier packaging, custom size, 8 ounces. Usually I do 12 by 12, let's try 8 by 8 by 2. Is your item size correct? Yes, it is. Okay, USPS. So something is wrong. Let me go back to orders, and I'm just going to do the same thing. Purchase shipping label. Okay, so right now it says my cost is $11.03 because it says it's 3 pounds. It's not, it is 8 ounces. Okay, now it says it is $9, but we're using, it's defaulting to UPS. So we want USPS or eBay, and neither one is being loaded right now. So there is either a glitch, but I have options. My next option, I don't know why, she selected USPS when she checked out. I only ever offer that on small items. It's silly to put FedEx. But when I go to maybe tomorrow. Nope. Still, they won't let me choose that. Okay, so she has other items. I had printed the shipping label on the ring. I was using the ring to go ahead and do that, but I'm going to use the bracelets. See if that's any different. We are not going to get far if we can't do this. 12 by 12 by 3. Okay, it's defaulting to UPS. USPS really doesn't want to be included. Let me think through why. She doesn't have a full address here. This is an address. She put her email address. Well, why wouldn't she have used a full address? Let's check the other item to see. She's a repeat customer, so I'm sure I have her regular address. But eBay really wants you to use the address she has on file. The address she has on file is her name, and then her email address, and then the city, which won't work. So I'm going to first contact her. Hi, I went to print your label today, and it isn't allowing it. You checked out with this address. This doesn't seem like a real address, just your name, email, and city, state. Can you send me your full address? Thank you. I'm gonna take out United States. Okay, so obviously that's why. Now, she is a repeat customer, but rather than go look up, I'll just wait. We'll put this one aside. I know who this is. but I will put, I was gonna put a sticker on it. We'll just know who it is. Okay, well that was a little difficult to figure out. I wonder why UPS was like, oh yeah, we'll take this weird address that's not an address and there's no way we would ever be able to find her. I don't know. Okay. The next item is this wonderful vintage pin, and thank you so much to Sharon. Sharon also sells, and she told me a little bit about her story, and I hope you love it. I think this is going to be too tiny. We are going to put it in the aqua box. This is a big aqua box. She's getting a big aqua box. I have no more flat aqua boxes. I do have flat holiday boxes, but we're not there yet. A little bit more, I think. We will put, since this is a square box, one of my square business cards on top. And then let's wrap it in some bubble wrap. So hopefully she can reuse the box or keep the pin in the box. Bright yellow sticker. I don't know if that's going to be enough paper. I'm going to cut a bigger piece. Bear felt good enough to vacuum today, which was very sweet. I'm so glad he was feeling good enough to be out of bed. Yesterday he had a rough day, and it's just rough to see him in pain. Okay. There we go. I wonder how eBay even allowed that woman to check out without a physical address, with just her email address. It's like, well, we got paid. Who cares where she lives, I guess. I do. Want to make sure she gets her items. The people behind us, before us in this house, left these scissors. Such good scissors. They left a ton of other things we won't use, but those scissors, so good. Okay, now she kind of knows me, so I'll include some cards, and of course everybody gets a face mask. We're going to do, knowing her story, we're going to do my classic You Are Enough and the reversible. And then I'm gonna just use one of my postcards and an ink pen, unfortunately, not one of my gel pens because they smear, I think. And I'll just thank her. Okay, as promised, those are going away. We will do a classic black and white polka dot. So it's a little hard not gonna cry, to know somebody's story and what they're struggling with. But I'm glad she shared it, so thank you. Okay, purchase shipping label. This is 3.1, so we round up to 4. Let's see if she actually put in her address. She did. It's crazy. That's so funny. So she paid how much for this? It says $19.99. She might have paid $19.99. $19.99. It's a beautiful piece. And $4.99 for shipping. And shipping is $3.75. It is headed to Georgia, so just the state above ours. With Bear and I traveling, we really haven't traveled very far in a long time. This will be the furthest we've traveled in 8 years, so I think we'll do okay. I'm a little nervous about the car vibrations with the condition I have, like my nervous system just shaking it kind of at a vibrational rate is a little not great. But we can always slow down, we can always get off and let me rest. We have time. We're leaving the night before, and he's got appointments just about all day, and then the next day too. And the hotel's okay. It's for the price at, you know, within 10 miles of the Mayo Clinic. Where am I? Oh. I had expected, you know, the Mayo Clinic ones, the ones like right there, are $200 easily. But we have to stay a few nights, so I didn't want to. It's nice that they offer a free shuttle and whatever, but we could drive. So I think we got like $90 a night, and it's a nice hotel. It's 3 stars, which in my book is thrilling. And we won't be there most of the day. Okay. Thank you, Sharon. Next item is 2J Dell. And she purchased such a pretty necklace. This is Swarovski crystals. So Swarovski? My brain can't say that word. And it's like choker almost. It's really pretty. And it's $55. We'll put it in one of these like periwinkle blue. And I'm going to pause and get something, and I will be right back. My water was the whole way over there. It was over here before, and I dumped it all over things, so it needed to be over there. But gold on one side, rhinestones on the other. I have had this piece for probably about 2 years and just sat on it, and I got a $55 offer, or I sent a $55 offer, and I will gladly take that. I probably paid less than $1 for it. I was able to snag 2 more of the thread up rescue boxes. Are they called rescue boxes? Rescue boxes. The jewelry, the DIY jewelry, which hasn't happened in months. So one came in today. I will wait for it to open it until I can film it, but they're really hard to get your hands on. I'm just curious to see, the quality of them used to be so good, and I would get like 10 boxes once I knew they were, you know, doing what they were doing. Once I got 60 boxes, and then they stopped taking jewelry. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. There's a secondhand website called Thread Up that used to allow people to send in their jewelry. And you can send in like watches now, I think, and shoes and accessories and hats and coats and clothing, that type of thing. But you're not really supposed to send in jewelry anymore. I'm guessing people still do, which is why occasionally they still have the boxes. But I've been looking for months, on and off, not like pretty much every day, but on and off. And they never have them. So I was able to snag 2. Which is craziness to me because they always sell out so fast. And I can't remember how many pieces they said. It might have just been like 5 pounds for $65. They raised the prices a good bit because they can. Can't fault them for that. Okay, let's do You Have Done Enough to Be Loved, and a Japanese proverb, and one of the reversible ones. This would make such a pretty everyday necklace, but then for the holidays, oh, so pretty. This is the kind of stuff that I'm like, oh, I wish I wore jewelry. Which you'd be like, just wear jewelry. No, it bothers my neck. I feel like I'm choking. I put on a shirt today and it was like pressing against my collarbones. And if you know, you know. And I was like, oh, that's not working. Like, no, that's a little too claustrophobic for me. And I usually don't, and it's cotton, it's soft cotton. It's not like I need my arms for anything. It wasn't going anywhere, but still, I had to change. So 3 ounces, and thank you, Jadel, in New York, for putting your address. You are a winner. And my cost is $3.90. I charged her for shipping $4.69. Okay. And print. And I'm back to using my 450, and every single time it wants me to choose the paper size. But that's okay, I will press 3 extra buttons. You just continue to work. I've had this for maybe over 10 years, maybe over 15 years, a long time. This has moved with me from Pennsylvania to the other house, to this house, to rentals, to... This little printer's seen a lot. Cute. Thank you, Jadel. Okay, next. Okay, one person ordered 1 ring, and I think that's all they ordered. So Ronald is next. I'm going to put this in the box, a navy blue box, to kind of match, and then show it to you. It's really pretty. And they paid, I think, $6.99. $6.99. I might have to take it out of the box. It's not picking up the blue quality. Maybe we'll just put it against the white. There we go. It is like an elongated stone. What did I call this? Marquee. Yeah, I would say so. Turquoise blue marquee ring, darkened bronze golden metal band, size 9. I always put the size 9 at the beginning. It has like ivy with 2 little rhinestones kind of coming up onto the stone. It's really pretty. It is a costume piece, but this took me almost no time to do anything with. To package, to photograph, to list. I have a ring sizer, so that's really all that was required. And this was probably in a thread-up box. So my thread-up box is sitting over there, one of them. They only delivered 1. But again, I wanted to do that on film. That'll be a fun thing. I haven't had one in a long time. So I've had fun in a long time, just not that type of fun. We haven't been thrifting for a long time, probably at least 5 months, if not longer. I have probably 3 bins left, and I set up the clothing racks the other day. I was feeling good enough to do that, and oh my goodness, it looks so good in my lanai. That's the storage room. We set up like a little, Bear was feeling good enough to even sit out there, and it wasn't like a gajillion degrees because we don't have air condition. And the new windows are up. We are going to continue with the new windows come winter time. They're a little pricey for us, but they look so nice. And he was feeling good enough to sit out there and just like admire our new windows. So we sat out there and talked instead of watched TV, or sat on one of the other many chairs and couches. I can't believe we live in a house with so many chairs and couches. You just sit wherever you want here. Okay, let's give her 2 of those. An eye mask, the one kind word can warm 3 winter months. And the day you plant the seed is not the day you eat the fruit. Those. I'm saying her. It is Ronald's in California, another California. I was talking to, I wonder if she'd be okay with me giving her a shout out. I'm going to check with that. I will cut this next part out. I'm going to wave something in front of the camera here for a second. That'll tell editing me to cut out this next part if she doesn't want to be mentioned. There's a woman called Mary in Nebraska who is doing an awesome job. She already has 700 items. Her eBay store is called Brand Rally. She's really doing it. I think she's doing a great job for not having eBayed for a very long time. But she is one of the people I'm doing some consulting work with. And okay, so $4.13 is my cost because they live in California. I charge them $4.49 purchase. And I don't know, maybe check out her things. So it's interesting to see what other people sell, and she's learning quickly. I think she'll do great. So thanks, Mary. I think she'll be okay. But if she's not, it's her choice. Okay, advanced. I'll make sure to link her in my description. And the red sticker. Thank you, Ronald. Next up is a bra. I just listed this yesterday. This is a piece I thrifted last year? No, probably earlier this year, before we moved. It's a Cosabella. Now, this is an older style, but I still marked it high. When I say high, it's not that high. They usually sell retail for like $60. Bras do pretty well, if you didn't know. And I sold this one overnight for $19.99 plus shipping. Trying to get to a plastic bag. Here we go. And let's get a piece of paper. The teal in this paper looks so nice against the teal in the bra. And I'm guessing, like I said, I'm pretty sure I would have gotten this from the bins. And I would have paid maybe 50 cents for it. And I moved it with us and then listed it yesterday, and it sold overnight for 20 bucks. So that was an easy, I'm gonna say roughly $15 or $14 profit. I remember before the internet, before eBay, you could just go in a thrift store and look anything up. There was no real phones. And I mean, there were phones, but the beginning of eBay 20 years ago is so different. So my mom and I had a little code, like, would Aunt Rose like this? Like, we could call each other. We had cell phones, but we couldn't look anything up. We weren't to that point yet in technology. So she'd be like, does Aunt Rose want this? And then I'd be like, no, Aunt Rose doesn't want that. And that would be our code word for, like, should I buy this for eBay? And so just like Is this going to sell on eBay? Because you didn't want to alert people to the fact that you were a reseller for some reason. Now everybody kind of just knows. And we have YouTube videos. Okay. Put that over. And this is headed to, oh, I love this name so much. Bronwyn. Bronwyn, you have one of the prettiest names. And you live in Hawaii. Okay, let's do the butterflies, which don't match the purple at all, but I don't care. I'm doing butterflies. And this is pretty light, 4 ounces rounded up. And she paid $19.99, of course, for the bra, and $4.99 for shipping. My cost is $4.13. I use flat rate shipping for most things I sell. Once I get into the bigger, I've got a lot of pottery pieces you can see in the background that will probably go through and sell some of it. It's a lot. And throughout the house, it's gonna be a while until we settle in. And I just know that, but I'll have boxes and package big things. But for right now, with how Bear's feeling and what help he needs and what my body allows, this is the easiest to do this kinds of small things. So should I be listing pottery, it would make me more money and I have it here. But for right now, this is also easy and I have it here. Is that where I was going with that? I don't know. But I haven't needed to thrift, so that's nice. Especially thrifting the bins in Florida in the summertime during a move. Not so fun. Thank you, Bronwyn. Okay, next up, we are going to skip the socks. I will show you the socks. These are Land's End socks. I might need to sneeze because of the socks. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna wash my hands. I knew that was gonna happen. They are not cotton. They must have some kind of like wool or something. I'm gonna show them to you again and hopefully not sneeze. They are the bean boot sock or something, and I marked them vintage, which I think they are. They still sell them to this day, but these are used socks, and you cannot sell used socks under like the regular category. So I found these at the bins. They're in pretty good shape, the blues are. The greens, I'm just throwing in. It needs darned. I might actually darn it. I have the right color. So I think I'm gonna darn it for them. That way they won't have to do it since I have the green. And I probably paid, the bins at that time were probably about $149, $169 a pound. And they are roughly 13 ounces? 13 ounces. So let's say I paid $1.50 for them. I do not want to touch you anymore. $1.50 for them, listed them overnight, sold them for $25. So awesome. And I wouldn't have had to do anything other than wash them, which I did before I put them in the bin. But something's telling me I like doing those things. If I can bring myself to touch them again, it's at the heel, so it should be okay and it should be easy. I haven't stitched anything up in a really long time, and it sounds like fun for tonight, just in the middle of the night if I'm not sleeping. Anyway, next up we have gorgeous, these are headed to Marta. Hi Marta. She is a repeat buyer and she bought 1, 2, 3, 4 items, and she has such good taste. These are stunning. These are also Swarovski crystal baguettes, like elongated east to west baguettes. They're so pretty, and they're a curve. Oh, okay, so let's put those back on there. And she bought these for $29. So let's give her, well, this box will work. So pretty. They're so sparkly in real life. Probably don't even need that much. Okay. It's so funny how tiny the boxes are. I feel like a giant. I wonder if this is what my husband feels like all the time. Okay, and she also ordered the sterling silver heart charm pink rhinestone bracelet. And this is marked. It has a heart with a little pink stone. I was talking on the phone today for like 2.5 hours probably. That's a lot of phone talking for me. Okay, so let's go this way with it. Very pretty. Foam. I also have to put a birthday card in the mail to Pennsylvania. It's one of our best friends' birthdays coming up. And she displays cards for 1 month. So whenever the card makes it there, she keeps it up for about a month. Her family has always had that tradition. So, and I try to outdo myself every year with a card, and I have a really good one this year. It's vintage. She'll really like it. I've had them custom made. I've really tried to up my card game with her. Okay, next is the sterling silver. This I know is tiny. Here we go. And then there's a ring. I might package these last 2 pieces together. This looks like a pile of nothing until you get it out, and it is a bracelet. And it's a smaller bracelet. It won't fit my wrist. It fits about a 5.75 or 5.5, but like the pieces are curved, so the architecture of the bracelet can be, it's almost sculptural, like really tiny. And then, no bracelet. So we have that, and we have this very sparkly ring. It's a gold tone, and it is rhinestone wideband ring, 18 karat gold electroplated, wide golden gold plated, size 8. It's like a cigarette band type of thing with a bunch of sparkle. So I think we can put both of those in the same box because they allow for multiple rings, multiple earrings, multiple things. It's the only thing I'm wondering about. I think I'm just gonna lay that one on top. I don't want to bend that the wrong way. Maybe I'll even put it back in the bag. There we are. A little piece of foam. And did I say where she is? I don't know if I remember that. I'm gonna say she is in Maine. I don't know where you are, Marta. Where do you live? I should know. Marta is in Florida. Oh, well, she's in Florida. You know what we can do? I have gift wrap. This is Jilson Roberts. These are so small though. I was gonna do one with the gift wrap. Maybe I will. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just to put some variety in her package. Bear and I are hoping to get to the point where he feels good enough to walk in the evenings. Swimming for us will soon be over. We have a heated pool. The community has a heated pool we have access to. But it gets cold. It gets cold here in Florida. The other day it was like 68 overnight. And we were like, do we turn on the heat? We haven't turned on the heat in this house yet. So we didn't need to turn on the heat. We just used thicker blankets. But it will get down during the day to about 50, sometimes a little colder. And at night, occasionally it gets the upper 30s, definitely lower 40s. So the pool in 50, we just can't do it. But we have like a gym, an outdoor gym here, which is really nice. We haven't used it yet, just he hasn't felt well. And we're hoping to take advantage of the community a little bit more if we can get his pain. We're working on it. I'm guessing a surgery will be in his future. Which some days, like today, he felt good enough to vacuum. He was like, do you really think I need the surgery? And then there are days, most days, where it's not even a question. Like, yep, cut me open. Fix it. But we'll know a lot more after next week. We're seeing so many doctors. When we get back from Mayo, we have some doctors to see too, some specialists we haven't seen who specialize in this condition, the ligament syndrome condition. And I'll share with you if this is definitely it. It's called MALS, M-A-L-S, MALS. It's a ligament syndrome. It's like carpal tunnel, but kind of in your torso, where you have an artery with tissue that wraps around it. Once we have the official, we definitely know this is it, and not some doctor looking at a CT and thinking this is what it is. Because this took so long to diagnose if this is MALS. I like to tuck in this a little bit, make it a little bit more streamlined. People were helping out and saying, is it diverticulitis? Is it this? Is it this? And we just kept track of everything we could keep track of. Right now they have him counting fat. They want him to eat 100 fat grams a day, which we tried the last few days. Those were like sample days just to see how he does on a normal day. One day he had like 26 grams of fat. Both of us, neither one of us have a gallbladder. So like to have very fatty food without a gallbladder isn't thrilling. And then especially when you hurt. And then yesterday we got it up to like 40 something. So today's the first day he needs to hit 100. He's got 2.5 hours and he's got 30 more grams of fat to eat. He's just eating, like, we got him cheese and butter and bacon. They said try, like, they just gave us a whole bunch of things. Like, if you need to go fast food, go fast food. But they're trying to induce an attack, I'm sure. Or make it replicate whatever's happening. Which, we've got medicine, so, to counteract it. We didn't do one of these yet. This says, kindness is free. I love the feel of this one. It's like a, I don't know what it is. I like it. Sprinkle that stuff around like confetti. It's like a raised, shiny embossing. We'll put that in with this one. Okay. And we'll use the autumn bag for Marta, who lives clearly in Florida and not in Maine. There we go. Now I refunded her all of the different shipping since she paid for of the shipping. So she paid the shipping for the ring, the earrings, the whatever else she had. Bracelets. Okay. 4 ounces all together. I'm sitting so wonkily. I don't normally sit like this. even with 4 pieces, it is $3.66, and she probably paid around $5 to $6 for shipping everything. Did I tell you what she paid for everything? I hope I did. That's kind of my thing. That's kind of what I'm supposed to be doing here. Okay, the gold-plated ring, the cigarette band, was $8. That structural movement small bracelet, the sterling silver one, was $10. The heart charm was $18, and the Swarovski crystal earrings were $29. And purchase. And we haven't heard from our friend with the email address. I do have her phone number, but it is 9:30 at night and I really don't want to call her. It's weird to get a phone call from somebody on eBay. So I've done it once or twice when I really needed to. And somebody has called me once and I was like, how did you get my number? I wasn't mean about it, but eBay had given it out. It was like early days eBay. And I'm like, eBay just gives out our phone number? They did. I don't know if they still do that. I hope they don't. Thank you. You know what? I have an extra one of these eye masks. I should have thought about this beforehand. Okay. If I just tuck it right in there and then just scotch tape the sides. Okay, Marta. I know you'll get this before I have time to edit this. So there's an extra eye mask. Marta's been a long time customer and I had it right there. So that way we just tuck in the sides. There we go. Thanks, Marta. And now I need to copy that tracking number. So go back to my listings and shipping labels is on the left. Since I printed just one label for one item, I used the sculptural bracelet. I now have to go through and all of the items I have to use the drop down box and add tracking number. Add tracking number. eBay's like, nope, don't want to do that. Okay, let's try the next one. Add tracking number. Nope. We're going to refresh the page. Okay, let's see. Add tracking number. Might have to do this later. Okay, I'm going to click into the actual item. And you sold the item. Yes, I know. Leave feedback. Purchase item. Let's go into order details. Purchase shipping label. No, don't want to do that. Add tracking. There we go. That popped it up. That other way should have popped it up. This did though. So this was for the band. So let me find the other items. So now we have the ring and we need the earrings. So I have to click into them, then go to order details, and then scroll down and add tracking. And paste. Good. And then go back to the last heart bracelet, click into it, order details, scroll down, add tracking. There's so many, this should be so much easier. So many, well, the easier way wasn't working, so no big deal. Okay, let's go back to ship our orders and see if all of that updated. Good, it did clear them. We still have Sandra's 3 items. As soon as I get, she's a repeat buyer from me, but she's 0 items. I might have to call her tomorrow. Okay. The last item that isn't the socks that I might have fun stitching later are these really delicate, these are headed to Kelly. Kelly is a long-time buyer. Hi, Kelly. Kelly, you want to call in and we'll talk about it like they do on QVC? Like, I've been watching these earrings for so long and I love this brand. The dangly leaf earring brand. I don't think They're sterling silver. They're really delicate, but they have some really nice movement because of this bar. And then a little hoop. They're so pretty. Okay, so let's get a box. I also want to get extra earring backs. Here we are. Because these are so delicate that we'll give her a few options here. We'll give her some silver ones, of course, if these slide in really nice. They do. Want to make sure they're tight enough that they're not going to go anywhere, but they still won't like jab your ear. Is that a thing? And then we will give her some silicone ones, just if she likes a tighter fit. There we go. And then this little thing, so handy. Now I can really show off the earrings. I hope I can. Very pretty, right? Very sparkly. And I took an offer or sent her an offer for $10 for these. I think I'm gonna do do this again. It just feels so right. I don't get to use that paper too often. It's nobody's fault except for my own. So gynecologist tomorrow, and then we pick up meds. We use a pharmacy that on the national news there was going to be a walkout, but our pharmacy was like, no, we are not doing that. And I was like, thank you. Thank you so much. We're still sticking with our pharmacy like 40 minutes away because they are so good to us. I know we will have to switch pharmacies and get one. There's like so many closer. Did I run out of twine? Well, that worked out well because now I can go hot pink with the zebras, which is much more fun. Plus, I don't mind touching raffia. It'll just be easier. We're not always in that part of town towards the beach, especially in the winter time. So, but for right now, I didn't want to change too much. We've already changed a few doctors and driver's licenses and every single thing, every piece of mail and everything we owned. So not everything we owned, you know what I mean. Moving's tough. Would I do it again? Yes. If you would have asked me 4 months ago, no. But 4 months ago, my brain is not remembering 4 months ago. It's going, yeah, if somebody offered me enough money, I would. I really like living in different houses, other than the bruises. I was banging into walls. I had a bruise the other day. I banged into a wall that's been there for 4 months now. But it's a very dark house at night. We put up night lights. I'm okay. Okay. We used the skulls. Look how cute. Especially with the hot pink. Ugh. Adorable. 1.8, so we round up to 2. Okay, sticker. And $3.90. And this might be our last item because we have to print the shipping label to the girl who gave me her email address. And I will email her. And then maybe darn some socks. So just know I've done that. You're watching me in the future. The socks were darned. I had a great time. I did not sneeze at all. Print. Kelly. Okay, so we have 4 more items. They're showing 3 pieces of jewelry, which are all the same, and then the socks. And I think that will do us for tonight. That went a lot faster than I thought, which means I felt well, which is an awesome thing. I'm going to go bug my husband to have more fat. Trying to see if he can eat more. And I've got a few more things to do online. But that's it for tonight. I hope you had a nice time watching me. I always love doing these. Please don't think this is any kind of stress. I wish I could do more. Do you want to see my thread up box really quickly? I'll open it on camera. I won't go through, you know I'm going through it. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's put the sticker over the address. There we go. Okay, so it's pretty heavy. I honestly, I think I paid about $65. It's almost 6 pounds. So this must be a 5-pound package. I don't want to scare anybody that I'm going to cut myself. As I scare myself. Okay, let's see. This is a 5-pound DIY jewelry box, $48. I don't know that $48 included shipping though. I want to say it didn't. Their DIY items always have a little bit more damage than their non-DIY items. And they say that right on their website. I just don't want to confuse it. Okay. We will cut this open and look through a few things. It looks a lot. It looks to be a lot of items. How did we do this? Nice bag. Oh, this looks like overstocked. Like, yeah, this is all brand new, like overstocked. So weird. These are all earrings? Earrings? Are they all earrings? Interesting. I should be able to sell this. Oh, some really pretty hoops. I would not consider these a mixed lot. Oh, they are. Okay, there's one piece. Okay, let's take out the brand new jewelry. Still more. This is a pretty heavy package here. I don't know who makes Refuge. I'm guessing it's sold at Walmart or some kind of chain brand. Come on. How'd you get yourself stuck in there? Okay, now there are other things. So I'm going to put these all back in. Okay, so that was 18 of those. And then here's what we're left with, I think. So some of this does look like what you would normally get, like a mishmash of tangled jewelry. Some of which is probably broken, some of which might not be. This is a Game Time watch. I don't know who is the W's, but probably says Game Time Heart Series Quartz. I'm sure I can Google Lens it. Cute. Lots of shiny gold. I'm sure none of this is real, but very fun to look through. And occasionally I have found real gold. some pretty, they're intertwined, but I'll get them out. Some pretty earrings. Love these. Like orchids maybe? There's a pair. Coral necklace. This one's like mixed media, brass and bronze. This one has like ice cubes with things that could kill you. It's very wiggly. Oh, a tiny little, some of this might be sent to my niece, choker. I remember when I used to wear chokers in the 90s, I'm guessing. Some heavier pieces. This is real stone. I don't know what that went to, but real stone. Ooh, this is gorgeous. What is this? This feels like maybe a Chico's piece or something. We'll just pretend. It's really nice. It's a matte and a heavier quality. I'm guessing it's probably on brand with Chico's or Coldwater Creek or something. It'll be interesting to see seed bead. Those peaches. There's just one little peach. I have a little peach. It's fuzzy. It's a tiny little peach. I hope they included the other tiny little peach. If not, that's staying with me forever. Or until I move. Yeah, really good mixed variety here. I would have loved to see that throughout the whole box, but that's okay. That'll be easy for me to list. Some of this will get sent to my niece. It'll be interesting to see, that's where I was going with that, across what the other box looks like, if they're all refuge pieces, if they just, you know, obviously somebody donated the refuge piece to them. I really like this necklace, and I know it's very lightweight. It's beaded, and it's an ombre rainbow bead. Again, will I get $10 for this? No, I will not, probably, but it is really pretty. And some just cool pieces. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm not going to put this back in that bag, but that'll be fun to go through, and it'll be fun to see if I can find the other peach. I don't think I can. I don't think I can find the other peach. It's very sad. Just one tiny little peach. So cute. So once the other one comes in, hopefully like tomorrow, I'll just stick it on the end of this video, but I'm sorry if you have to wait to see. I'll try to write it in the description if it was more stuff like this, but for $48, maybe plus shipping, I have no idea if it's worth it. If you had a lot of people that liked hoops in your life, totally worth it. It's a lot of gifts, but I'll probably get $5 to $10, maybe? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking. It is late, it's 10 o'clock. Take care, I will talk to you again soon. Thank you for watching, bye.